Welcome back. She is no stranger to Midday. We have Kim Watts-Center joining us from Everything Organized. It's great to have you back on the show.
Thank you once again.
Yes. Perhaps for people who might not know what your business is all about, you can quickly tell us.
Oh, absolutely. So we are Canada's largest professional organizing company, and I expanded here last year, franchised. We have 6 franchise locations, plus, of course, our head office location, which is Kamloops. And we do an array of services, and of course people see on A&E's, hoarding buried alive, or sorry, TLC's hoarding buried alive, the typical hoarding contract, or we help families that are chronically disorganized and mom or dad can't find their keys for the 3rd time and pulling their hair out kind of thing. We work with estate liquidation, so if somebody passes away and the family can't or doesn't want to deal with liquidating the estate, we can do that. And then of course we specialize in downsizing seniors. So when seniors are making that huge life transition from big to small, usually it's the stuff that is the barrier between making that move, and it's a lot of work. So unfortunately sometimes seniors put that off a little bit too late. But if somebody like us is available to come in and deal with the stuff, then typically they will make that jump a little bit sooner.
That's fantastic. It's a great thing because there's a lot of people out there that need to be more organized. Everybody could use a little organization in their life.
Yes.
Recently, though, you've expanded your services to include companionship services. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so what we see in the industry is that there's a need for the bridging of the services. So for example, people who, and aging in place is a term that's very popular these days, and aging in place is when seniors stay in their home for as long as they can because they do better. They're comfortable in their home. They know their neighbors, they love their space, and so what we do is we are encouraging people to stay in their home for as long as they can. But of course, as we age, then we start to have issues with mobility, and we can't do the grocery shopping and we can't do the snow shoveling, and it becomes more of an effort to go and get prescriptions or groceries. And so what I did is I took a look at the market and decided that we need to augment those services for people who are trying to age in place. And so I started the companionship and non-medical services program. We launched it here at the beginning of the year. We're having huge success already. And so we break it down into terms like home care, personal care, and then respite care. What's interesting is it's not just seniors, it's also families like the caregiver that you were talking about that won the award. It's about people who are taking care of their loved ones within their home. So it could be a family who has a paraplegic child, or it could be someone who is looking after a senior, but they'd like to go to a wedding, and but they're not comfortable leaving that person with someone that's not professional. So what we're doing is we're bridging that gap, and we're supplying these services to come in on a professional basis to help everyone.
Fantastic. So if somebody has a question about this, no harm done in making a phone call or checking out the website, of course, everythingorganized.net, finding out if this might be a good fit for them.
Oh, absolutely. And we have a free consultation process. So we'd like to get to know the needs of the client. But as well, what we want to do is we want to do things a little bit differently, in that when people establish a relationship with, a caregiver, whatever that caregiver is, we want to make sure that once that relationship is solidified, it continues. One of the consistent feedback, if you will, that I get from other people is that, with companionship services, they get to know somebody and then all of a sudden it's someone else that's sent in your place. And what we do is we actually have a team approach. So we have a couple of people that get to know our clients, so that if one person is, say for example, they're going off on a field trip with their family or either with their child, then they already know who's going to come into replacement, so that that team approach is just a little bit more unique.
Familiarity is so important. Absolutely. It sounds like you guys have a really good thing going right now, Kim.
Thanks. And the other thing that we're doing is within 12 months, we're also going to be offering a complete medical program. So companies like Nurse Next Door and We Care, of course, are names that are well known within the community, and we're going to be offering those services within 12 months. So we will be in competition.
Fantastic. Yeah. All right. It sounds like there's a big market for it. So,
absolutely, there is.
Fantastic. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks, Susan.
Yeah. Information's on the screen if you'd like to learn more. Everythingorganized.net, as well that phone number 377-7601 might be a great fit for somebody in your family. We're back in 2 minutes.